in deep.
Liquid smoke, black water, Rain Man, make it flow. Where it goes, nobody knows. Trickery, slippery like money. Down the rabbit hole you go. Take a little mushroom. Speakers on Zoom. The shit we spit is fire. It's going up tonight. They like to get real high. 2 puffs smoke in your eyes. Dirty in the ride. Flying through the night. Fuck what you heard, this shit's the chronic. It'll make you puke and vomit. Here comes the comet. You can't outrun it. Jump it. My laser beams are solar. A real rock and roller. Paul's Boutique is so long. Zombie junkin'. Horror films get them high. For the me on mine.
Welcome back to Lady Babylon. Thank you, Teddy. Thank you for that introduction. I think you set the mood beautifully for tonight. Thank you, Teddy. Appreciate it. Hey, thank you to all of the congregation for coming out. Can I just say thank you, congregation, for coming out tonight. It's a real pleasure and a privilege and an honor to be able to take up your time. I hope you're eating. I hope you're doing something. If you're on the road, to everybody who's out there on the road, oh, I'm going to bring you some goodies tonight. You've come to me, your dealer of goodies. Quantum meth heads, all of us. Oh, God, isn't it gorgeous? Oh, what happened? Tonight's episode is dedicated to one of you in the congregation who sent me the text. Yes, I want to say thank you. Thank you very much. You know who you are. Yeah, you know, should I say it, Chewy? Do you want me to say it? Thank you, Gandhi. Thank you, Gandhi, for cracking the code and finding those apocryphal Greek texts. Fantastic. Oh, God. What is going on here? What is really going on here? Do you see what's happening? People get into it and they realize, oh, this is just powerful Renaissance education. This is just the juice that gave everything the drive to go democratic. Yes, it was. In fact, it was a voice, a single voice of 1,000 syllables across time. Do you know where I'm going to take you tonight? You're so lucky. You know, you're so lucky to be with me. You know what I mean? I hate to say that, baby. I really hate to say that, but you know, when I take you out, I deliver. Oh, I deliver. This date is yours, and I want to hear your voice. Oh, God. How should every date end? With her voice. Isn't that why we've come? Isn't that why we've come to the Muse? I'm going to take you somewhere tonight that you cannot go. Not especially with academics, because they can't say certain things or their faces will crack. Yes, and other professors will see them. We who are Ronin have no worries or concerns. We give you the actuality. And tonight, I'm going to take you, buckle in, I'm going to take you to a place that is in the forbidden Bible. The forbidden Bible. We're going to go back tonight to see the early Christian rite. We have a front seat at the Eucharist. We have a front seat at the Eucharist with Thomas. Meat Man Thomas is going to come back tonight. We're going to learn a little bit of his past before he got his skin removed. Right? We're going to see him. How does he come up? How does he get to us? And why are we doing this? Because we like following Thomas around? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because there is a scene which I knew you would love. It's a scene of Christing. And Christing here and Christing and Christing different places. Oh God, there's so much Christing going on. Do we have the kid that was with Jesus when he was arrested? We do. Okay, get ready. Put your seatbelts on tonight, people, because we're going so deep in the Bible, we're going to rip a hole in the fabric of space-time. We're going to rip a hole in the fabric of space-time, and out of it is going to spew this reality. Okay? Little bit of splash bag tonight, right? Be ready with your splash bags, right? By the way, do not leave those sitting around. You have to train them. Let's go. Joey, hit it. First star chart. Satan, fun time, baby. You're right. Hey, hail Satan there, Joseph. Yeah. Give me the next one. You love it, you nasty people. Look, I've only got about 8 sources tonight. That's it. Right? But I want to tell you the story very, very clearly. People have been asking me, Amen, can you please summarize everything that you've been talking about? I'm new to the congregation. You summarize everything. I can't summarize everything, but what I can do is I can give you a little taste of it here and there and there. Let's do this, Chewy. Hit it. Get off the ship, people. Where am I taking us? I'm taking us to a student of Jesus Christ. This is from the Acts of Thomas. This is section 26. Ooh, where are his sources? They're right here. Whoops. Right here. Right here. Right here. Are you ready, people? Are you ready? Oh, all the Greek nerds. All the Greek nerds. So what's happening? I'm going to read this like any good Satanist. I'm going to read this in reverse. So we're going to travel backwards through the text. Are you ready? So, yeah, the king of India and his brother are really interested in the slave that they purchased from Jesus. And by the way, tonight, I'm going to show to you in these 8 slides that I've got, I have the only ever recorded written word, oh Jesus. The only, and I'm bringing it to you tonight. Remember his receipt that he wrote out when he sold the kid? Bring him up here. Is he in the market? Bring him up here, Chewy, so they can know. Do we have Jesus selling children anywhere? Jesus. This is summarizing selling children. Here we are. Fine. Makes me feel uncomfortable when we can't find our locus. Jesus selling children. Jesus selling children. And you say, there is no way it says that. No, it does. You just haven't looked in the Forbidden Bible, right? The Forbidden Bible is way, way, way more sexy. Written all at the same time that all the rest of the Bible's written, right? Same thing. It's contemporary, bro. No problem. But it was its content that got it censored by the monists. They took it out. It would be like if you and I were to walk in, congregation, to a murder scene, right? And instead of saying, whoa, Don't touch anything. Put tape around it, right? Everybody put your booties on, right? Bring in the dudes with the suits. Ma'am, can you take that instrument and put it? Do you understand? If you're at that crime scene, you protect it. You don't walk into it and start pulling things out. Well, here, look, Thelma, I found myself a can of beans at the crime scene. No, leave it alone. But that's what happens. You talk about the great councils that the church had. Do you know what those were? Do you know what their great councils were? Yeah, they were the reshaping of an image, the recreation. Yeah, not the original. The original is in the entirety, right? When you talk about Greek literature, and people have asked me, are you going to talk about somebody who's talking about you? No. Let me summarize my experience thus far on Lady Babylon. Are you ready? Are you ready? Go to comments. Anybody out in comments want to? Yeah. Let me summarize my experience. There's two types of people. Those who have read the source and those who haven't. And let me tell you something. The source is ancient Greek. And if you have not read it, you've read a translation, you have lost out on information. You've lost out. Entropy. You've lost out. And it's a big loss, it turns out, with ancient Greek, because your stupid native languages are so inadequate. It's a song. You sing the stuff. Oh, God. Sexy. It's so sexy. Okay, Chewy, hit me with that source again. Okay, so where are we here? Where are we? So you have the king of India and his brother Gad. What are they doing? They're following around Thomas. And why is that at this point? They're following around. They want him to give them the sfragis. The what? Sfragis. Sfragis. Right? What is that? What is that? It's the seal. Okay? So Thomas, who is the evangelist, is providing people with seals that will enable them to hear the voice of God. Do you understand? Do you understand? Fantastic, right? He's a student of Jesus. Jesus sold him over here. Why? Look what's happening to the operation of the Laestes. It is spreading. Thomas just happened to get the chit from India. Became his territory. And what does he do? He starts handing out drugs to induce visions. And we are going to watch him do it. We're going to watch him perform it. You're going to love it, right? So here's the king, right? Here's his brother. And they're like, dude, we really want to be involved, right? We really want to get involved in this. Bring it back up, Chewy. And what happens? They say, look, our minds are in the right place, right? Our hearts are in this yearning for this God. Do you understand? Give us the sfragida. Give it to us. And so what happens? What happens? God, whom you, follower of Christ, you, Thomas, that God whom you summon. Wait, what? Whom you summon. This is the right, people. We just got dumped off right in the middle of it, right? This is how you take somebody through it. First, they have to hear the voice of God. Then, When the Christing is complete, which I'll show you in the Greek, they can see. Their eyes are opened. Voila, prophets. Prophets. Okay, do you understand? All of this terminology that you're missing is because you missed it. You didn't pay attention to the Greek in umpteen different parallel dimensions. They got that. That's okay. The muse is here to give it to us all in the form of a poison arrow. A poison arrow. All right. All right. Let's keep going because I want to show you what these Christians are doing. And if you're out there and you're an evangelical, because I know you watch, if you're out there, look at what the earliest Christians are doing. I know you were just shocked by seeing that Jesus was selling. I'm going to show you Jesus selling a kid, right? I'm going to show you. Let's do it. Let's go. It's new, all new sources, people. Actually, just make sure we didn't miss anything. Yeah, so, he's happy and he says, you know what you need? Thomas says to him, I'm happy to accommodate you. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm happy to accommodate you, but I want you to understand that you're in need of something, right? And I want you to realize you're going to receive this drug, and then you're going to enter into koinonia, which is the Eucharist. Look at the last word on line 20. Do you see the Eucharist? What is koinonia? Now, if you go to a church today, you go this weekend, I advise you, everybody go to your local Baptist church. Open the doors. Listen to them. They will claim that they are having koinonia, but they are not. Where's that definition? Bring it up. Bring it up, Chewy. Do you know what it means? Do you know what it means? Look at the source here, people. And from Euripides Bacchae, are you surprised? You can talk about taking koinonion with the gunaikos. What is that? It is, in fact, as you can read, sexual intercourse. A commonality. It's Pythagorean. Duality. And this is laying there in the fellowship. They will tell you in your Baptist church this weekend. Now you ask them, what kind of fellowship is this? You want to see the Christians doing this? I'm going to show you. Everybody out there tonight, be careful. It's hot. This is radioactive. We're going to enter into a place that there's a certain level of communion. Are you ready? Oh, we're going to show, and it's just through the text, people. I just want you to see it. Okay, go to the next one. Go to the next one, people. What's going on here? Look at the second line. For this is the Lord and God of everything, Jesus Christ. I'm translating. Whom keruso. Do you know what keruso is? That's the one who carries that rod with the serpents wrapped around it. There's wings. There's wings. You call the individuals who do this angeloi. You call them angels or messengers or heralds. Heralds. But keruso, with its double sigma, indicative of its Mycenaean origin. All right, going back. Where's it go? Where's it go? How do we get there? We get there through the Pelaskians. That's double sigma. Anywho, what is this kerusoing? A summoning. Right. A summoning of an image. I'm presenting you with an image. Actually, means to summon, to bring something forth. Yeah. A message, an image, a Christ. Are you ready? What's he say? What's he say? Jesus Christ, whom I summon, and the one who is himself the Father of truth. Isn't that nice? Listen to this Christian festival. By the way, it's nighttime, right? Because all of this ends in the early morning resurrection, right? I didn't mean to spoil it for anybody, but if you're in one of those situations, sometimes a resurrection can really serve you. You know what I mean? You're like, that was too fast. I need a resurrection. Let's do it. Jesus Christ, whom I summoned, himself the Father of truth, for whom, or with reference to whom I already taught you to believe in, right? So he's, who's he talking to? Good. And what? Oh my, he tells them, bring me some oil. Okay, ready? We're at the Christian mystery. People have already told us we want to be involved. What are we going to do for them? First thing we do, get the oil. Get the oil. Get the oil. Why? Look at this purpose clause. In order that, right, through this oil, they may receive the sfragida. Okay. Anybody for medical prescriptions? Right? What is this? This is the first application of oil because you cannot get the seal. What does the seal have? It has an image, and you can't receive the seal without the oil. Why? Because it's biochemical. I don't know. It's the way that they got it to work, okay? They tried it in the backyard 1,000 times, all sorts of stuff. I have no clue, people. I'm joking, right? Don't ever quote me on that, right? I don't know how they figured it out, but it's the oil, baby, that you're really needing. And what's wrong with oiling someone up anyway? We're going to watch some Christians oil themselves in preparation for the fecundity. What? It's dirty. It's dirty. Yeah, it is. It is. I'm sorry. I'm going to be as clinical as I possibly can tonight. Like a serious proctologist. Give me the next one. Boom. Okay. Where are we? Yeah. So what happens? So he says, bring it to me. This is the guy I told you to trust in, right? Bring it to me. They bring in the oil, and what happens? They also bring out luchnus, some lamps, right? Why? Because it's nighttime. Because it's nighttime. I told you it was night. They're bringing out the lamps, right? And getting the oil ready. Watch what happens, right? I'm telling you, we're at a mystery cult. Next one. We're at a mystery cult. Are you ready? Okay. So, in the midst of all this, the apostle, who is Thomas, that's how he refers to the apostle. Thomas stands up, and he begins the process of sealing them. Are you ready? You want to watch what this process is all about? Right? Are you ready? Apekalufe de autois hokurios diaphones legon. The Lord was revealed to them, speaking in a voice, and he said, peace, brah. Right? No, that's what it actually says. Peace, brah. I'm translating directly. Bruh. Right? Big voice. Now, look, it says they looked around, right? They only heard, I'm translating, they only heard the voice. They didn't see any form or anything. Right? What have we done? We've started the process. And now the person, first stage one, registers a voice. And what's that voice say? Peace out, bruh. Right? Okay. That's nice. I mean, could have said something bad like, well, let's not go into there. Let the voices remain to themselves. Give me the next one. Boom. Did we do all? Yeah. So standing up, the apostle, he seals them, right? And in this process, they hear the voice of the Lord, right? And what happens? Hoi de fones monon ekusan autu to the edos. They didn't see his form. Udepo garesan dexamenoi. Oh, God. What happened? These explaining to her. Not yet. I'm going to translate this literally. For not yet were they receiving the episphagisma, the episeal of the seal. The drug that they're using had not yet kicked in. Okay? So the full hallucinogenic effect, and the guy is explaining, the author of this, whoever it is just downright out explaining to you the process of how the drug is working. Are you ready to see them Christ each other? Okay? Now, this is what frustrates me, people. For the dude who asked, hey, can you just summarize? Dude, I've been working with people, talking to people, and every one of them has never read the text that they're talking about. And it's frustrating, bro. It's frustrating. And I feel like holding out a professional standard and saying, you have no idea. You have no idea. Do you remember a while ago on the blessed rock of Danny Jones? May he weather the storm. Do you remember how the theologian stepped up and said, oh, it can never be that we are ever Christing somebody's eyes with a drug. This just doesn't work. It doesn't have preposterous. He said in his incredible, mind-boggling ignorance, and joke's on you, employer, joke's on you, university system, joke's on you, seminary, the joke's on you. Because you and I, congregation, we've looked at the Christing. We've looked at 1,000 years. How many Christings have we seen? My God, man, is that all I bring you is Christings? We're saturated. People are sitting there eating their chicken, and they're saying, oh, this crust is delicious, but this Christing is too much. It keeps on and on and on. Yes, people. Yes. Yes. It is. And I thank you, Satanic Congregation, for your patience. But in exchange for your patience, I'm going to give you a look that nobody else has. This is just for you, baby. You understand? That's how much I think about. I think about you on a regular basis. We've been going together for a while. I said last time I heard we were engaged or something. I don't know. Let's keep going. The bride of the Antichrist. Who wants to make that? Who wants to make that? Yes. Okay. Fantastic. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's not stop the momentum. Okay. So I want to point out something here. Yes. So look, this is what happened. They didn't yet get to the point that the drug had kicked in. Right? So they took, what is it? The apostle, what does he do? He takes the oil and he pours it out, right, upon their heads, right on the top of it. He puts it out and he does what? Then he Christs them. Chrisas autus. Oh, Chrisas, right? Chrisas. Look at it. Oh, right. Anyway, so it's first the oil, which you alepho, right? You don't, or lepo, excuse me. You don't apply that oil in this. That's not the same thing as Christing, right? Those are two technically different things. That's why every seminarian on the planet will tell you, Christ means the anointing. Oh. Right? Do you hear 1,000 cracks of Victorian anus? Psh, 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 psh. Right? Okay, let's go. What are they up to? My goodness, I think that's part of the rite. I think that's part of the rite that we got going. Nice, Chewy. Sneak that in. Give it to me. Are you ready? Yeah. So where were we? He takes out the oil. Oh yeah. He pours it on their heads, right? And then he Christs them and he says to them, are you ready? Here's the rite, right? Now you're watching these people. So far, they're just hallucinating auditorily. But we know there's a stage that will kick in where they will see the glory of God. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that gorgeous? Praise Jesus Christ, right? It's gorgeous. Now, if you're a Christian out there and you haven't done any of this, I'm sorry. It's kind of like a historical joke's on you, right? Now, that's fine. That's fine because I was a very, very active Christian myself. So I had the time sink as well. I don't pity you, right? Just like I don't pity myself. But I appreciate the fact that you are being preyed upon, right? That you're being preyed upon. Well, just wait until you see Jesus. For all my new Christian listeners, just wait until you see Jesus. Here they come. Here come the lambs. Okay. By the way, in that sentence, he was talking about you only get to see that form of Jesus when he recognizes his lambkins. God, it's so strange, but it's just off. Give me the next one. Okay, now look, people, what happens next? So that look, this stuff is going to. Oh no! I forgot the previous one. Should we? Oh God, we went all the way to Alderaan. We gotta go back. Okay, fantastic. There it is. Now watch what happens. You're watching the dude on the ground who's going through the initiation. And what does the person who's putting them through the initiation do? They enter into koinonia and they sing. They sing. You want to see what's being sung? Let's see what's being sung by Thomas, that handsome Galilean dude who ends up with the boys from Galilee, dividing up the world and getting territories because they know how to perform this rite. Okay? They know how to do it. Are you ready? So there they are on the ground. Don't worry. We got them ready. They got the drugs on board. Oh, God. Let's see what happens. There's some koinonia going on. Yeah. Watch this, people. He starts chanting. Elfe tohagion onomatu Christu. Oh, come. Holy name of Christ. The name that is above everything. Come. Right now, remember, the people are watching him. Right? Dudes are watching him. They're being Christ. They've got the stuff already in their eyes, which we'll show you in a minute. It's like too much. Right? And here he comes. What else are we going to say? Come, charisma. Come, chrism of the highest. Right? The Christing of the highest is what you need to have ionic life. Ionic life. Okay. Ready? We're getting beamed up. Are you see it? Come. Who else is going to come? Come. Are you ready? These are Christians. And who are the Christians praying to? As the sun is getting ready to rise, who are they praying to? Are you ready? Elthe meter. Come, mother, whose womb is fruitful. Wait, they're invoking birth. Yes. What? Who are these Christians? They're Christians. They're Christians. As a matter of fact, in these naughty works of the Bible, or I should say in these works of the naughty Bible, in these works, they're already calling them Christians. These are practicing Christians. If you have not done this, Christian, you are no Christian. This is what makes you a Christian. You can float around all week on your little faith. You can be disingenuous. You can lie. You can get in my class and I can kick you out. You still haven't learned. The muse conquers all, baby. And there are two types of people in the world. Those who do the texts and those who pretend to. Yeah. Let's look at it. Forget it. Let's give them everything. Satanic congregation, I'm just going to give it all to you. Give me the next one. Give me the next one. I know we're coming to I told you we're only going to have a few. And, yeah. Oh, okay. Here. Wait, go back. We missed the other. Sorry, people. So we're standing above the dudes. We're bringing these spirits. We just brought the great mother, that great fecund mother. And then we say, come, koinonia tu arenos. Come, fellowship of the masculine. Why do you need the fellowship of the masculine? Because you're producing a baby. Do you understand? Timmy? Do you understand? You're producing a baby. Oh, God. Holy babies doing things. Christ things and holy babies all over the place. Are we going to eat them at some time? Which ones? I don't know, but they told me the blood of those Christians is fantastic. Why is that? In the book of the Apocalypse, this is a freebie. It's all free, though, because I don't take any money for any of this. I can't. It's in the devil's contract. If you don't, you get the storm. That's just all there is to it. Do you understand? Fantastic. I don't know why people. And by the way, the conspiracy theory out there that I'm part of the CIA, seriously, competent, dude, right? Competency level. You got to have a certain competency level, right, to be able to function. And I definitely do not. I'm just bringing you text, baby. I'm bringing you the word of the muse. Just me and Numa Zajiria sitting here taking it. God, I love it. Thank you. Thank you, Ajiria. Yeah, give me the next one. That's a gorgeous picture. Look at that. Beautiful sun. Details like that through the. Isn't that glorious? That's glorious. Getting us back to those women who started everything, right? So who else do we want to come? We want that communion, that fellowship of the man, that sexual intercourse with the man. We want it to come. And after we say we want that to come, we say we want the mysteries that are hidden to be revealed. But I want you to see that when they say that, the Christians say that, they say, Elthe he, and then the mysteries. That technically is come, she, right? She who what? She who reveals the hidden mysteries. You see, it's a woman. It's a woman. Welcome to Lady Babylon. It's a woman who reveals the mystery. Oh, isn't that great? Why is that? I don't know. Take a look around you, dummy. Let's go do it. Let's go. I'm sorry. Give me the next one. I'm really not. You know, every time I apologize, I'm really not sorry, right? Everybody knows that. Fantastic. Who's here? Right? And thank you for coming tonight. Look, my screen says 9:13. Your time, that's 913 hours that I don't want to waste. So let's keep going the text. What are we saying? All this stuff over these dudes that we've just sealed, and we know they've hit that second stage. We know they've hit that second stage. What happens to them? They have lots of mental stuff that happens to them, and they enter into the communion with the young boys. Oh, dadgummit, son of, oh, why? Why is it always the same thing? P. Diddy. You and Jesus, man. You and Jesus Christ. My God, man, can't you keep the... I'm just translating the Greek people. That's all it says. It's a fellowship with the boys. Why? Why? Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. Why is Thomas, I'm serious, why is Thomas creating a cult whereby you can, under the influence of drugs and sexual activity with minors, you can enter into a vision where you can see things that you normally couldn't, hear voices that you normally couldn't, where you can become attuned, you can be Christed. Why? People write to me and they say, what is this you're showing us? You're showing us this and that. Do you endorse this or that? What are you? What side of this divide are you going to stand? You're going to be a communist? Or are you going to be a fascist? What are you? Are you going to be red or are you going to be blue? This is not about red and blue. It's about you seeing those sources and letting them speak. We are in the middle of a rite, and we are involving, yet again, minors in sexual rites. Did you know that Thomas enters into a rite with a flute girl? A flute girl. Now, for those of you who don't know, colloquial from the fifth, that's somebody who is an entertainer who will come and play the flute for you. No. Yeah. Fantastic. I don't think I need any more detail than that. Right? This is an arm of prostitution. Jesus Christ is a full-blown gangster pimp. Full-blown. And the funny thing is, the drugs are all there. But the theologians are so ignorant that they have to sit back and say, there is no Christing. Did you see the Christing that we just waded through? Okay? We just, it's like people are either, here's also my summary of what I'm doing. People sell stuff to you. That's what they want. Do you know what those other people want? Satanic congregation from you. You're wearing my ring. And you know what they want? Yeah. They want to sell you something. Wait, what? Yes. They want to sell you something. Your greed stains your soul with a stench of ruin. A while ago, I was approached by someone from New York, very savvy. Let me know he had connections, big connections. They were going to build an institute where we were going to teach people. And the way they wanted to start it was with crypto, Bitcoin, modules to sell to you. And they wanted me to take out anything that had to do with a negative impression of any monist religion. Right? What are you doing? I was told, well, you're cutting out your demographic. Excuse me? Do you have no values? Do you have no rock on which to stand besides your cloud of greed that obscures your vision and infects the people around you? The watchers watch. They watch what you're doing. They watch you. So, no deals, people. That's who I am. That's why this channel is still not monetized. It's why it will not be. You cannot silence the truth. Yeah, very good. I agree. Who said that? Rezo. Right? Thank you, Rez. I appreciate that. Right? Greed. What is the greed? It's pushing everything today. You see it in these texts, these early Christian texts, where the piracy of the Christ was out in the open. Look what they're doing here. Look what Thomas is doing with these people. Now, the funny thing is, the cosmic joke is on us, because the koinonia, people sit around and say, oh God, I'm going to enter into Christian fellowship. You know, people were getting arrested for Christian fellowship by Roman authorities in antiquity. And you sit there and say, oh, 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 oh. It's because they were praying. They were sitting there praying to Jesus. Oh, Jesus Christ, here I am praying. Oh, here come the Romans. What do you think, Romans? Don't kill me, Romans, for praying to Jesus Christ. No. It's more like this. What the? Why is this place so dark? Somebody turn, oh God. Like, put on some clothes. Lady, is that your kid? Put on some clothes. More like that. That's why Jesus Christ is arrested in a public park with a naked kid. The early Christians are doing exactly what Jesus gave them to do, to propagate as fishers of men. Do you see Jesus Christ? Do you see Jesus Christ? Okay? Eat this, Mary. You got to remember, in the Bible that's not accepted, Jesus Christ forced Mary to consume his own semen. That's in the letters of Mary. Yeah. So there is something in the water. I love it. Okay, give me another source. Come on, these people are like, don't tickle me there. I just want to get a new source. You know what I mean? So here we are with, yes, very good, Chewy. Thank you. Here we are with the young boys, right? And what else is it? He says, come, Holy Pneuma, Holy Spirit, right? And purify the kidneys and the heart of these people, right? You've got your boys there. What are you doing? You're purifying kidneys. No, you're not. No, you're not. You want to know what a kidney is? It's another word for orges, for your testicles. Remember when Jesus Christ said, some eunuchs are made eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven. Let the one who has the ability bear that burden. Look what we've stumbled upon. They're purifying the testicles and that drive. The cardion. Why the heart? Why is that guy smearing the drug on his chest in the shape of a dragon, a serpent that is eating its own tail? Why is he doing that? Because that is the symbol of the cult. That's what they said. If you'd understand that action alone, you would understand the entire cult, right? You have to cleanse. If you're a Christian, you have to cleanse those testicles. Why? Because they interfere in the process of the transformation. You see, when you go to India, Thomas, okay, you'll understand why you're going to have to purge so many of these children. Okay? Whew. Now do you understand why everywhere that Christianity goes in antiquity, they meet with prison and death? Do you understand? Because this is how they're operating. This is the system they're operating in. If you're sitting there in church as a Baptist and you haven't considered the holiness for Christ of cutting off your testicles And some of you out there have considered it. I work with a lot of Catholic priests. I did. They were priests in formation. I got them when they were just in formation. And you know what that one thing they always wanted to do underneath? You can take an oath not to do it, but you go all the way and cut it off. Yeah. You're in a whole different ballgame. Your spiritual level's way up there. Way up there. So you got to do it yourself, though. All the best do it yourself. Remember, Origen did it. Origen did it. What did you think, people? Look what they're doing. The earliest Christian rites are these that he's describing. Go ahead and give it. Let's make sure we got all this. Okay, so oh God, this is so great. Yeah. So what happens? So it says, and when they were sealed, when they had received the image, they saw what? What appeared? Ananias. Oh God, of course. Ananias. Right? And what is this Ananias? Guess what? He's got this light. He possesses a light that it's indescribable. When the other lights get close to that light, they dim. They all go dark. They all go dark. And they look around, and suddenly the boy disappears. Suddenly the boy disappears. He goes away. He just whoop, vanished. Not like he ran away or anything. He just whoop, just disappeared. And what happens? The apostle says to the Lord, right? Because the Lord is there. We just heard him. Hey, guys, whoop, right? What is he? Wait, he's speaking to him now, right? What do you think these people do? They're bringing up Christ. Yeah. You think evangelism is sitting there with somebody and telling them, look, if you don't accept this, you're going to a place where it's going to feel like fire for a long time. Probably smell bad too. Right? And if you don't accept what I'm saying and accept this way, this is going to happen to you. Surprise, God loves you. Right? You can go that route, but that is a creation of the mind of the Middle Ages, the faith by which you can be saved. That is not the mystery. You people are not doing the mystery. You Catholics, put it down. It's not the mystery. And believe me, if you Catholics knew what the original mystery was, if you knew what the love of God, you know what you do with the love of God? You swallow it. I am not kidding you. Yeah. Okay. Guess what? Yep. That monist universe is based in something that is horrendous. People have been telling me that it was courageous of me to quote the Talmud, right? Because it was a terrible section that talked about the hymen of a 2-year-old can grow back and be halakhic, can meet halakhic law, right? It was horrific. But that's a source. We're not here to make a religion. We're not here to celebrate anything. We're not here to even come up with ideas. We're here to look at those original sources to see what they say, and that's it. You can do with that what you want. I don't care. I'm not going to have you put it on a coffee mug. I'm not going to have you print it on a hat. Right? I don't. People have fake emails out there pretending to be me. You're not getting me. Right? You're not. Unless you're writing me at amenhillman@gmail.com. That's it. People are offering things. I saw somebody selling something in my name. In my name. You know what's going to happen to the hawkers of my name? You know what's going to happen? They have to take a bath. They have to take a bath. What am I doing? I'm training. Congregation, I just want to say something pleasant for a minute, and then we'll get back to the last two texts. and I appreciate you staying. I want you to know that I'm training. I'm training for a fight. I want you to know that. That's it. And I want you to know that I've been given an opportunity. I've been given an opportunity to really feature the very things that we've been discussing for the last 2 years, to feature them, yeah, to create that resonance with the muse, to bring that voice. I've been given an opportunity, so I'm shifting a little bit of my schedule. I'm pouring a little bit more thought and effort, concentration and will into writing. So, and I know this is unusual, right? I usually don't write anything, right? I mean, I used to write articles and all, books, but I don't do that now. I just don't, because I prefer not to. I'm Ronan. I don't have to. I don't have to pad my CV. I'm Ronan, right? It's kind of comfortable that way. You know what I mean? Go read that. Go read the stuff I already put out. Right? Somebody actually read the history of toxicology article that I did for Elsevier, and I'm glad it was it was fun to be able to introduce the topic that these pharmacy students and whatnot, toxicology students, pharmacology, that they would find interesting, a little of their history. You know what I mean? It's kind of fun. It was kind of fun. So anyway, I don't do that anymore. Right? I don't. I'm not trying to impress. I'm giving you the gems, and I'm not charging you. Right? I'm not charging you. And part of the not charging you means that we're able to operate like we do. Right? We're a little bit. I'm free. I don't have to sell you anything. You don't have to buy this. You don't have to buy this. None of this stuff. You don't have to buy it. You can't buy this one. Right? That's mine. Some of you want to. Give me the next one. Okay, here's what we're going to do, people. What happens? Did I get through all of that Christ thing? I think I did. We're going to go backwards a little bit in the text, and I'm going to tell you. I'm just going to translate this quickly. They ate and they drank and they put on the crowns and they took out the myrrh. And each dude took some myrrh. Some put it in their eyes, right? Some of them put it on their chin. Some of them put it in different places of the body, right? But the apostle, what did the apostle do? Do we have a picture of this, Chewy? I think you have. Chewy wants to get one of the pictures. Go ahead. Shoot. Oh, okay, good. I was thinking of yeah, okay. Nice, right? We got the Christ thing there. He just did it, right? Here we go. We're in it. Okay, give me that same reference back again. Thank you, Chewy. And what happens? What does the apostle do? He oils the top of his head, puts some oil on the top of his head. He's got that base going, right? We're spreading that in, right? And then what does he do? He takes a little bit on his fingers and he sticks them up his nose. Isn't this cool? You get to see an actual mystery performance. He takes it and he sticks it here. Okay. Chewy's got a couple of pictures. First of all, he puts that oil on his head a little bit, right? What's that oil going to be doing? It's going to be forming that base of things that are going to be dripping down his face. Just like Jesus, when they found him, he had all that goop coming off his face because he was into sex rites with drugs. And this is exactly what you do when you're Christing. All right. Listen, I'm telling you, this India operation, it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. Those Indians, they will absolutely love this. Right. Just wait. Right. Okay, good. Did they embrace it? I don't know. Did they? Give me the next one, or give me that same one. So after they ate and drank, right, they took the myrrh The apostle does the top of his head, and then he does his nose, and then what else does he say? What? How is it referring to his application of the stuff to his nostrils? It's referring to it as Christing. It's referring to it as Christing. You say, wait a minute. So it doesn't necessarily mean that the location determines whether or not it can be a Christing. No. The overwhelming majority are in the eyes, right? But this dude, he's picking it up and he's taking it to the nose. Now, they have insufflation in antiquity too, which is where you take a little reed or tube and you blow into it, stick it up somebody's nose, right? And then blow a powder into their nose. That's insufflation, right? It's just like snorting for couples or something. You know what I mean? Get your credit card out in your mirror, right? What's wrong with that? No, insufflation, much more efficient, right? Get it right up there. And so what happens? He takes out his, he's putting it in his nose. And what happens? Some of it's drizzling down into his ears. It's drizzling down into his ears, and he takes it very carefully. He takes the drug with his fingers. He applies it to his teeth. You ever see someone do a line of cocaine and then take the little last bit and lick their tongue like this, and then take the last little bit off the mirror? And I'm talking about historically, people. This is history. It's good history. Take it and then rub it on your gums. You ever seen somebody do that? Right? So pharmacological education, right? Watch for it. These are the signs that they're showing us that they're doing. Right? And who are we going to bring? Who are we going to bring? We're doing this all as we chanted to bring her. She who brings us the revelation. Isn't that fantastic? And she's pregnant. Guess what? Mary, you are pregnant. Right? Who did it? Remember Mary, when she started hearing voices, she was like, ha, ha, who? What? Right? And then she ran back inside, looking around. Right? That's the way. That's the way. I am the way. When Jesus says that, and all the evangelicals are like, oh, it's so sweet. I know what that means. Well, you have a personal relationship with Christ. No. If you haven't talked with this dude face to face, you have not participated in the mystery. That's right. I'm sorry. I shouldn't do that. Oh, I shouldn't do it. It's just funny, though, because all the Christians are, isn't it funny? You're going to get to the other side and you're going to be like, oh my God, what have I been doing? Joke's on you, people. Love it. Joke's on you. It makes you feel good, too, doesn't it? If you come out of it and you're like, oh, this stuff, this Christianity, I always knew. I get emails all the time about people, and I love them, by the way. People telling me, I was a Christian for so many years. I knew there was something whacked about it. I just walked away from it. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's something underneath the surface. Something so insidious in the monist religions that ends up putting burqas on people and killing women, right? Because they need abortion. And don't think that that's not part of this whole picture, baby, because it's these people who are baking the bread of the fetus. It's called fetal bread. You want some fetal bread? If you go to a Christian mystery, you may get fetal bread. Think of it more as a medical thing, if you want to. But that's a fact. It's in the text, you see. Nice. Harvesting and using it. Now, you can go back to the ancient sources, many of them, and there are lots of sources that will talk about Christians getting in trouble for baking fetuses into the communion, right? For taking this and making this union. Get me some of that fetus. Right? Can you picture, right? If I can go to Washington, D.C., and I can see somebody with a picture of an abortion, right, who is, there for pro-life purposes, then certainly you can describe to me why it is, and we can envision early Christians and what they did with fetuses and what they did with their own children. Yeah, that's the bedrock. The other day, I heard somebody again say that, democracy was really something that didn't come. This is something much later, Enlightenment stuff, you know what I mean? And science, that was a church thing. The church figured that out. How many of you homeschooled knuckleheads have had that curriculum? Because you are shamelessly unprepared to deal with the reality of the history. You are shamefully unprepared. Remember, it's all in Greek, baby. All these terms that you're debating about, they're all Greek words. They're all Greek words. Okay, give it to me. Give it that. Put it up. Put it up. Is that what's in them communion bread? Yeah, right. Right? Let's keep going into it, right? Hold on to your stomachs, right? Here comes. Woo. Here comes. Give it to me. Okay, so what happens from this point? We've got to deal with the testicles and the heart, you know what I mean? We got to change that epithumia, that desire. And how are we doing all of this? We're doing it with mursines. We're doing it with mursine, the myrtle. Wait a minute. We have what on our head? We have myrtle. Okay, so for all of those of you who have been here, you know what that myrtle signifies. It's why you enter into koinonia, man. Myrtle is what Aphrodite brings. Why do you think we are hymning or chanting in our Christian rite to she who opens up all the secrets, who is pregnant? How do you think we're doing that? Right? We have something. We call down the heavenly powers of the manliness. Woo! You know what I mean? This one we didn't castrate, right? He'll breed. Fantastic. The wisdom. Whatever happened to it? Whoever did that Planet of the Apes thing, right? It's not about apes. You're the ape. It's about women. It's about women. The history of women. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Gorgeousness and gorgiosity all together. Oh, God. I love it. I love it. Give me the next one. Yep. So here, I, Jesus Christ. I'm just going to translate. I, Jesus Christ. Oh, God, what did I bring you? People, look at these first three lines. These first three lines up to the period that's in the middle of the third line. This is the only, this is the dessert that I'm going to give you. This is the only written thing that we ever have of Jesus. Besides the account of him stooping on the ground and writing, we don't have any other account. Here, he's got. Now, I don't know. I could be corrected, right? There's a lot out there that I haven't seen. So, if somebody brings it forward, bring it forward, right? Let's see it. As far as my experience has been, this is the only time I've ever seen something actually written, supposedly written by Jesus. And it says, what is it? It's that bill of sale that we were talking about before. I, Jesus, son of Joseph. Well, that's interesting. Refers to himself as the son of Joseph. I, Jesus, son of Joseph, the carpenter, I agree that I sold my slave Judas. Judas is another one of Thomas's name. Judas by name. I sold him to Abanes, who is the child trafficker of the king of India, whose name is Gundaforas. Okay, do we have anything written by Jesus? We have this. I, Jesus, the son of Joseph, the carpenter, agree that I sold my slave Judas in name to you. Abanes, you trafficker of the King of India. Right? Thank you, Jesus. So what does this text keep saying? It says after. It's so funny. I'm translating this to you literally. After the sale was completed, the Savior took Judas and Thomas, and he led them to Abanes, the trafficker. And when Abanes saw them, he said to Judas or Thomas, he said, this is your master, right? And Thomas answered him. He says, yeah, this is my Lord. And he says back to him, hey, I just bought you, right? And really funny. I just bought you from him, right? That's what he says. And then really funny, the last line says, Kaiho apostolos, Jesuchadzin. And the apostle sat there and shut his mouth. He took it. He took it. He wasn't happy about it, but he took it. Isn't that a gorgeous scene? Isn't that a gorgeous scene? Oh my goodness. You see Jesus selling those kids. Give me the next one. Yep, that one. Give it to me. This is the last passage tonight, people. Why are we doing all of this? Thomas enters into a state. Right? Thomas enters into a state, hearing the voices, seeing the visions. And what does he do? He makes a song. He makes a song. And who's the song to? Hey, corre tu photos tu gater, to the Korah. To the Korah. Do you hear me? Who is the Korah? The Korah is who is resurrected in the mysteries. Right? The Korah. Did you hear me? I'm saying this for classical Greece. The Korah is she who is resurrected in the Eleusinian mysteries. Who is the Korah in the Christian mystery? She who is resurrected. Huh. You mean these documents that were taken out by the theologians, just removed. Ignore those. Don't look at those. You mean these documents talk about the Christians resurrecting the Korah? Yeah, of course they do. It's a mystery. What did you think it was? Yay. Nice to be here. The difference, this is my summary again, the difference between me and what's going on around you, right? The difference is that people are just working with that lost skeletal form, that translated form. And under those conditions, they can sell you anything. They can sell you anything. What I'm bringing you is the original. I'm bringing that reality. Okay? Is it something that's amazing? No, it's just translation of ancient Greek. Right? It's nothing that you can take and turn into some kind of cult. Right? It's nothing like that. It is simply the text, and that is our greatest weapon. Our greatest weapon is showing them, showing the monas exactly who they are, is our greatest weapon. Give me that last text. Who is she that we're raising? The Korah. She is the daughter of light. She is the one who is set up in that brilliance of the kings, those powers, right? Basileon. She is established within their power, right? What is she? She is a totheam. She's a vision that is epiterpes. What is that? So pleasant. She's a pleasant vision. Can you imagine that? Walking into a church and seeing a pleasant vision. Can you believe? Everybody talks about, I want ionic life. I want to be I want to see the resurrected form. I want to be brought back from death after seeing the resurrected form. I want to have new life. Can you imagine if you took that trip all that way, and at the end of that trip, you see a dude nailed to a cross? Yeah, you know what? No thanks. No thanks. Go torture yourselves. No, this is who the Christians are originally summoning. Give me the next one. I mean, that last one again. Let's just finish it off. Let's just finish it off. And she's so pleasant. And look what it says. It says, she's just radiating this brilliant beauty. Radiating a brilliant beauty. And you know what she's dressed in? She's dressed in spring flowers. Right? Think of that beautiful spring, summer weather, and those beautiful growths, that smell. Look, it says she smells like the flowers. Right? And what does it then say? It says the king has their seat on her head. Right? And what does the king do? The king nourishes with his ambrosia those who have been centered at that point. Okay? Do you understand what this says? This says Christianity was all about the resurrection of the Korah. It was all about she who brought back that fecundity. Yeah. A woman's right, at heart, corrupted. Right. Now, when people today tell you the cross, the Christ, you know, they don't even know what they're talking about. They are delusional. Their history doesn't even exist. Doesn't even exist. Yeah, it's a fabrication. Can you imagine waking up to believe and realizing that you've been following a lie and a liar? And a whole chorus of liars, right? Because what do the liars do in the chorus? They parrot the lies of the chief tyrant. Lies, 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 always lies. Why? So you can take a kid and turn him in to a business. Yeah. Thank you for coming tonight. Thank you for coming tonight. I need to formulate my Thursday New Zealand Aussie class. I'm going to be sending out announcements, and here's what I need for you to do. I need 8 people from New Zealand or Australia. Okay. I need you people. I know you've written to me before and you've said you're interested in starting the intensive Greek. Here's what I need you to do. I need 8 of you to write to me tonight, but I only want 8 who will commit 100%. It will demand your time. It'll demand, not all of it, but it'll demand your time. It'll demand your sweat, a little bit of blood, a little bit of nervousness, right? Commitment. If you really have that commitment and you want to give it 100%, you want to be reading these texts and seeing what these people are doing for yourself, not having to listen to other people, I want you. Give me that email at amonhillman.com and I'll filter those, and for the most gung-ho, right, we'll start. And I'll send out. I'll send you out a letter. Thank you for coming. The army of Greek reading, eating, loving people, civilized people is coming back. Welcome to the Renaissance. Hail Satan.
Triple beams, elemental peas, darkness through dreams, dancing to the bank, take it to the river, with the water beast slither, scorpion and snake venom, medulla send you to heaven, fractional distillation drip, Urania's rings grip, that good stuff is strong, only take a little bit, it'll get right on top of you, you'll be seeing the craziness, up in smoke, purple haziness, doing my thing, driving driving down the lane. First come, first serve. Ka-chang-a-lane. Tar black as your soul. From the bank, where did the children go? Jeepers creepers, that snakeweed was strong. Vampirella, fly on.